Hello, Stamper. Welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com. While I was working with the stamp set Bottle of Happiness, I'm going to have quite a few video to be honest. Twice I've been live and I just find it more and more with it. Such a fun stamp set. It's not a new release of this year. It's last year, the year before. So maybe you already have it and just dust off the dust on it. So today, when I was working with that, I'm like, perfect for my Christmas year round. So this one here, it's going to be my birthday card, sending cheer. So birthday cheer, right? Happy birthday, and boom. So I'm going to share a tip on how I done this. I'm mixing the bottle of happiness with the earthen texture. I'm using kind of the wheat that it's going to look, I think, if I use it in the green, more like a Christmas greenery. So let's use that. I thought even this one, like red berries, I thought that would look decent. And you know what? I think we can do that. Now that I'm thinking here, let me grab my red marker. I think I get add on a plan. So I will have all measurement on my blog, also the color and everything that I use, okay? So let's get started with, I pre-done some just to speed up the process here. So we're going to get started with, I get a scrap paper here, and we're going to do, you know what? I don't need to use a scrap paper. I can use it directly. I had done it differently, but we don't have to. Okay, so the front of the card here, I think it's 3 by 4 1/4. Yeah, that's the one. We're gonna go ahead and stamp the first bottle. This one, it's done with Tahitian tie, and also the side you're gonna see. I mix it with the starry sky and then a little bit of night of navy. Okay, this time we're gonna do it in the green because I'm doing like the green card. I oh, it's right here. I was looking for my phone. Okay, so we want to go low enough for the bottles. So I'm debating. Sometime I think it's easier to stamp the wheat first, and that's what I'm going to do this time. So this, instead of stamping it with wheat, wild wheat, I'm going to stamp it with garden green. And yeah, I got it right here. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this with a garden green. And I'm going to put it as high as I can. Voila. See, right now it's already looked like Christmas. That's what I thought when I was working with that. I said, this is going to be a perfect one to do my Christmas year round. Okay, now we're going to use lemon lime twist. You can use lemon lime twist. Also, another one, granny apple green would be good. So we're going to stamp the bottle with the lemon lime twist. And you see, I get kind of water spot there. So what I'm going to do, I'm using my lemon lime twist and I'm going to tap it just a little bit. That is because that sometimes a new ink pen, you get too much ink on it, okay? So I'm just tapping it to remove those little dots there. Now I'm going to use a sponge dauber with garden green, and we're going to do the side of it. So I'm just going to go, and you don't want to rub it. If you rub, you're going to see it. So you want to tap, 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 okay? And that's going to make the shadow. So we're doing the shadow on the right, but when we do the card, it's going to become on the left. I got ink there. And here, I just going to go a little bit, very little on this side. I want the shadow pretty much just on one side. Then I'm going to come back here. I want it more heavy on this side. Now I'm going to huff on it. And now we can match this. We can see where we're going. That's the beauty of this. You know, if you stamp this first, you can align this good. Et voila. Is that amazing the different it does? You know, when you look at something, it's always lighter in the front and on the side. Um, uh, Lighter. So now what I'm going to do to make it look like it's water in there, I'm going to put my post-it note here. And like the other one, the blue one, I did that on a scrap paper, but this one, see, I can do this way. I don't have to punch it out. You could, but I'm like, here we go. So now what I'm going to do is go with my lemon lime twist and just add a little sponging. So it's just going to give me some color. So this way it's going to look like it's darker, but we got one more step to do on this. I think that's enough. See, you get that line there that it look like it is some liquid there. Now with the outline, this bottle, so I call this bottle, and this one I call it the jug. So the bottle got the outline. We're going to go with the darkest color. So this one, it is with the garden green, while the blue, it was with starry sky. Now we're going to stamp that right here. And that add quite a bit this step. And the reason why I think it add quite a bit, it's because you get the ring at the bottom there. So now you get this. Now, while we get this out, I'm going to show you how I done the inside, but this time we didn't sponge. So it's just another way. So we're going to go ahead and do all the same step there. First, we're going to stamp our wheat with garden green. Put that right here. Now we're going to go ahead and redo our bottle. That was the lemon lime twist. Then the side. Oh, I want to remove those dots here. It's just, I don't like the little water dot for this. So I just, and any photopolymer, when that happens, it can be too the moisture in the air and so on. You can use a sponge dauber and just tap it a little bit if you get too much of those little water spout, I call it, or water drop. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp that right here. Et voila. See, I had a tough time there. You want to make sure your wheat is stamped high enough so you can fit the bottle. So maybe I should see where it was going. I got it, but it was a tight one. Now we're going to stamp our outline again with garden green. Voila. And this time I am using aqua painter, not aqua painter, but let me think, the wink of Stella. So give a little shine. Also, what I done, I use a clear block, add a little bit more color to have more definition there, to have a line. But then it gives me that sparkle too. So it's another way that if you don't want a sponge, because I hear many times that some people don't like the way that they sponge it. They say it make big blah, or that it's because you um, press too hard on your sponge. Now this, I just going to use my rag here. Well, I had a rag at one time. Here it is, and wipe this. Voila. So that's another way that you can get, like, you get the water, right? See? Now you, as long as you get a line, it looks like you get the water. Voila. So now we get the inside done. We're going to let that dry before we close it. Now, for the jug, I did the same thing. I used the lemon lime twist with the garden green and the sponge. And I already pre cut it. And this is hand cut. While this, if you want, you can, like the blue one, like I said, this one here, that I punch it out and then, sponge it. But really, you don't have to. Now we're going to go ahead and this is going to get glued directly. Just the red bottle that's going to be lift up. Now I'm going to put this, oh, one more step first. I almost forgot and it's just jumped at me. Anytime that I get an object, like I like to anchor it. I don't know if that's a good word. I don't like to put something that it's nothing to hold it in place. It's like floating. Pool party light, it seemed to be my to go. And I just put like a ground. So I'm grounding my object. And most time I'm gonna have it darker on one side and I always do the same on the left side. But you see the difference? It's just anchor your object there. Okay, another thing that I done on the blue, I call it the blue because it's blue. You see all the speckle? It's just calm that down a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing, but this time I'm gonna use garden green. So when you do that, do it at your own risk because I'm using my marker. I'm using the brush tip and I go very gentle. You don't have to press hard. If you press too hard, you're going to break your tip. So you do this at your own risk. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off. You can take an aqua painter and add some ink on the aqua painter and do it that way also. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead, put this here. Now we're going to attach that to garden green layer and all the measurement will be on my blog, all of it. We're going to add that right here. And then on real red, wet, I emboss it with the exposer brick. So very old time Christmas color, right? Now, we had already done this part. We're going to attach this. Now the red, I did it the same way. So the red bottle, I did it the same way. Then the other one, this one here, it's stamped with real red. The sponging, I try with cherry cobbler. I don't know where I put it now. I got it here. Got it here. 1 minute. So I tried with cherry cobbler. I didn't have enough of definition. So I went with early espresso. Yes, you heard me right. Early espresso. So real red, early espresso for the sponging and also for the outline early espresso. Another thing that I done with this, it's when you punch it out, I don't like that you get like, well, where's my, let me show you here. I don't like that I get a white outline around my bottle. For me, I like it that it's all snug. So you see, it kind of distraction for me, that red outline. So what I done, I use my, oh, this is early espresso. Um, I mixed those two. Here we go. So I use my real red and just went around it. So that toned down the white around. For me, that make a huge difference. Huge difference. Now for the greeting, sending cheer, what I done, I use smoky slate, and here it is. I use my, oh, that's the, well, where did I put it? It's around here because I use it. Here it is. It would bite me if it was a bear. So I use the what it's called, the label, stamp off. And usually I like to have my foam when and then stamp this. So you see it's very light. If I were to stamp directly, see how dark it was? I didn't want it that dark. Now I'm going to use real red, and we're going to, no, I'm going to use garden green. And the reason why I switched to garden green, I think the red and the green is going to be even more Christmassy. So here it is. The other one I use real red for the birthday one, okay? Et voila. Now that it's no punch or no dies or so on, it is hand cut. And I know some of you really don't like to hand cut, but this one, it's very simple. It's no like little in and out, very detailed. It's very simple. You could always stamp this directly to the bottle. My best advice then, it would be stamp this in a color that it's very dark, let it dry, and then emboss it, the grading like with white or gold or something. That would work. Now we're going to put this on the bottle. Now the next step, it's the little cork. I think that is the cutest thing. So see, I just put the cheer there. Is that a fun thing? I think it's amazing. Okay, for the cork, I use real cork. Okay, I got a roll of cork that it's been in my craft room for a long time. I mean, a long time. I use many things for that. I'm going to stamp the cork. The other one I didn't stamp on the bottle, but this time I will, because I thought, wait a minute, I think I can make that even better. So I'm going to take my bottle here, and we're going to stamp just the bottom of the cork on top of the bottle there. So now you can see the cork through it. Now, the reason, really, you wouldn't have to stamp on this here, but the reason why I stamp on the cork, because I love just the plain cork, right? You wouldn't have to stamp. I'm doing that to know where to cut it for the size. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm just using my regular scissors and just cut that. Cork cut very, very, very easy. I even die cut with cork too. I die cut some cork. I didn't die cut with it, but I use a die cut to cut it. So you see, I got my little cork. So I will, the way that I done it, so dimensional, it's a little bit thinner than, it's not as thick as the cord, but it's darn close, okay? Put 3 of them. Now I'm going to put a glue dots to the bottle. The ink don't dry right away on the cork, so that's why it's like, okay, put a piece there. So then put it there. So you get your little cork. See the difference it make? Yes, you want stamp that compared to this one, don't have it. See, I think so. I think I'm gonna even find a way, and I bet I can do that just like so here. It's always a way to fix mistake. Perfect. See, I like that. It's just a little touch, but all those little touch makes such a big difference. Now, I'm going to bring the glue dots to this instead of going there, just because I wanted to make sure it's right there and not pulling it from the back. And I'm going to add 2 of them. Make sure at the bottom there it's attached. Oops, stay there. See, that's why oh, I need 1 more glue dots in the back of this. See, it won't pop out. That it's because the ink, it's not really dry yet, and it won't to. When we put it on our paper, it's going to be good. So let's remove this. Is that fun card? I've been having so much fun with that set. Now we're going to go ahead and put this a little bit lower here. I'm going to place my cork. Here we go. Okay, I don't have no grading on the outside, but I put it inside. So I'm going to put the Merry Christmas. This is in green. So the Merry Christmas, we're going to put it in real red. Where did I shove? Maybe it's not here now. No, I put it back away, silly me. Okay, I will have all supplies, all measurement, and so on that I use for these cards. And this is part of my Christmas year round using everyday stamp set. Or sometimes I use a Christmas stamp set and do an everyday card. It's to stretch your product. Now I'm using this is Parakeet Party, that little shiny, and this one was the uh, stay there. The starry star. No, is it the way I say that? Starry sky. Here we go. This one, I'm going to fold it in two. See, I'm full of ink. I've been playing with my, playing or working, whatever you call it, for quite a few hours here. Maybe 8, 9 hours. I've been having a lot of fun with this set. Here we go. So that's too big for the bottles. So make sure you pull and pull. And I want different size. So I'm going to pull and then pull. So then I get my loop different sizes. Let me see, still too big. So let me pull a bit on this one. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Okay, so I'm going to tie that up with glue dots, and that's going to be it, my friend. So I will have all measurement, all supplies that I use, and so on my blog. If that one, keep on moving, what you're going to do is just a glue dot, put it right here. And then if your glue dot is exposed, you just use your embossing buddy and tap it on it. I had my embossing buddy right here, and you just tap it, and voila, it's going to stop the stickiness, and then I can, here, and voila. Now I just have to trim that and call it good. Thank you so much. Until next time, happy stamping, my friend. Bye bye for now.